Hello, America! Or Goodreads, or whoever is awesome enough to be watching these videos. How are y'all? Hope y'all are doing well. Hope I find you on a good day. If not, I apologize. If you are, then yay. I am here to review the next installment of the House of Night series. Hunted is the 5th book in the series. Yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it because why not? At the start of this heart-pounding new installment of the best-selling House of Night series, Zoe's friends have her back again, and Stevie Ray and the Red Fledglings aren't Neferet's secret any longer. But an unexpected danger has emerged. Neferet guards her powerful new consort, Kelowna, and no one at the House of Night seems to understand the threat he poses. Kelowna is gorgeous, and he has the House of Night under his spell. A past life holds the key to breaking his rapidly spreading influence. But what if this past life on Earth's secrets Zoe doesn't want to see and truths she can't face? On the run and holed up in Tulsa's Prohibition-era tunnels, Zoe and her gang must discover a way to deal with something that might bring them all down. Meanwhile, Zoe has a few other problems. The Red Fledglings have cleaned up they've even managed to make the dark, creepy tunnels feel more like home. But are they really as friendly as they seem? On the boyfriend front, Zoe has a chance to make things right with super hot ex Eric, but she can't stop thinking about Stark, the archer who died in her arms after one unforgettable night, and she is driven to try and save him from Neferet's sinister influence at all costs. Will anyone believe the power evil has to hide among us? Ba-da! Or bam-bam-ba! Or, whatever you prefer. Okay, so as you can see, this book was obviously gripping. I couldn't put it down. I read it in, I read it in technically 2 days, but I read it in about 8 hours-ish, give or take. So, I had a very hard time putting it down. I love these characters. Kelowna is just like, oh, he's so good looking and he's so hot. And then Stark. Oh my gosh! Okay, anyway. So at the beginning of the book, they're, as the summary says, they're in the Prohibition-era tunnels with the Red Fledglings. And they're just kind of all holed up in there. Whew, excuse me, oh my goodness. All holed up in there. Stevie Ray is recovering well from when she gets shot at the end of the last book. Zoe and her group are trying to slowly get to know Stevie Ray and her group. It's a hard process, but I think they're doing okay. And then, they find out some stuff about some of the other fledglings, and then Eric and Zoe get back together, which only because I know... Excuse me, I only woke up. Only because I know how he is. Later, I wanted to pull my hair out. I was very upset. I'm not a big fan of Eric in the later books. You'll find out why. But so, they start getting together and he's really touchy-feely and she's kind of like, whoa. And I'm like, you tell him. And then he starts getting all possessive and it's just like, oh my God, calm down. But so... And then Heath shows up, and that doesn't help anything. And then something happens where Zoe is fatally injured, and she has to imprint with Heath again to kind of help herself. And then she has to go back to the House of Night because if she wasn't around other adult vampires other than the 3 they had, she would end up rejecting the change. So she goes back to the House of Night with Darius, the son of Erebus, Aphrodite, Damien, and the twins. And everything isn't as it seems. So, people are pod people, that's what they call them, pod people. Everyone's kind of being normal, but not as normal as they used to be, and it's kind of freaking out our nerd herd. But they're only there for like 2 days, and everything goes to hell. Right? Neferet wants to kill Zoe, but Kelowna's like, oh, don't touch her. She's my Aya. She's my salvation. And Neferet's like, I don't want to share you. And Kelowna's kind of like, get a hold of yourself. And I'm just like, oh my god, these two need to get a room. Okay, so as I said before, thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was fantastic. Again, I couldn't put it down. I really like the thing between Kelowna and Zoe. It's kind of creepy because Kelowna's so sexual about it, but at the same time it's like really hot. And I even though I know that it doesn't happen, sorry, spoilers, but I know it doesn't happen. I really wish that later Kelowna and Zoe got together. You know, I feel like they'd be kind of cool together. But at the same time, I'm really glad he ends up with who he ends up with, and I'm glad she ends up with who she ends up with. But anyway, so she goes and oh my god, Stark. Oh, I love Stark. When we meet him in this one, you know, he's evil, which doesn't help the situation. But when he's alone with Zoe, he does have his old self back, and he is so hot, and he is so into her, and it's just like, ah! But you know what she does say later is very true. You know, she put her foot down and she said she wasn't gonna have him if he wasn't going to be real around everybody else. And so he does something that affirms, or I guess that would be the right word, affirms or gives affirmation or something to her belief and her trust in him. He gets changed into an adult vamp and he gets his humanity back, and it's all very awesome, and I'm just totally in love with Stark. I want Stark. If I could have a girl version of Stark or even a guy version of Stark, I would just be set for life. Or Kelowna. I'd take Kelowna too if he wasn't an asshole, which he later isn't. BTW. Spoilers. But anyway. This book was very, talk about, you know, putting their claws in you in the first couple of lines, you know. I think I can't wait to get to know some of the red fledglings a little more. You know, like we get to see Aphrodite's ex-roommate Venus, and she's kind of a bitch, and we're kind of like, oh wow, so I see why these two originally got along. Speaking of which, Aphrodite isn't really a bitch anymore, thank God. She's like this with Zoe now, thank God. Or thank Nyx. But, you know, I think I wish there had been I mean, this is bad, but I think it's because I read so many adult romance novels. I wish there had been a little more sexy time between Kelowna and Zoe, only because I think the connection and the chemistry between them is like, yes! You know what I mean? It's just like, yes! So much yes! I don't like Neferet with her men. Neferet is so gross and clean. It's like, technically she's manipulating them, and it's like, I know that, but at the same time, it's just like, ew, go away, you're so gross. Like, you know when you go to a party, and, you know, you're dressed super nice, but you're not like a slut, and then you're there, and there's that one chick who's wearing, like, that crop top that's, like here, and you can see, like, her under boobs, and then she's wearing those, like, itty-bitty little booty shorts where, like, half her ass is hanging out, and then she's hanging with the only hot guy in the whole room, and she's like, oh, you're so hot, oh, take me, you know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of how Neferet is, except she's better dressed, and she's just gross, she's awful, I hate her, with a passion, but Kelowna, He's a sexy beast. Sexy beastie. That's what I call him. He's my sexy beastie. And Stark is my like, and then Heath is just like, ah, and Eric is just like me. For those of you who don't agree with me, that's all good. But that's just my opinion because, so yeah. Anyway, this wasn't much of a review. It was more ramblings about my delicious taste in men, but I would suggest this book to, or the whole series. I would suggest this whole entire series to everybody. But As I said before, it is aimed at a younger audience, but it is very entertaining for those older of us if we like to stress about, 17-year-olds and their love choices. So, yeah. Anyway, keep an eye out for my next review. I'm probably going to start this later today. I'm going to be reading Tempted, which is the next book in the series. It should be very good. Oh! I didn't know that I had that. I wonder if it has that in this one, too. You guys, look what I found! What is this? What is this? I didn't even know that existed. Are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing this right now? What is this? Where did this come from? I didn't know this was on my books. I've had this book for 6 years and I didn't know this was there. Okay, well, that tells you how much I take my book jackets off my books, doesn't it? Oh my god. That's kind of awesome. Okay, anyway. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep an eye out for it. For those of you who do watch these things, if there's something that you guys want to see, like more visuals or more squealing, or you want me to give you like lists of something, let me know so I can put all that together. Otherwise, see you next time. Shakas!